Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where today we're going to be going over the latest edition of Doctor Who magazine and the secrets it may hold. Obviously it's been a crazy couple of days because we've had, obviously, TV Zone had an advanced preview of Doctor Who magazine, and then after that we had the TARDIS interior leak which happened yesterday, which if you haven't seen, go check that out. And now today, we've got the full release of Doctor Who magazine. I've got the physical and I've purchased the digital edition. Feel free to obviously purchase the magazine yourself. I'm only going to go over the bits and bobs that I find particularly interesting or worthy of note, but if you want to read the whole thing, I suggest picking up the magazine if you can, if it is available. Obviously, I know that it sold out very quickly last time, so get on it if you haven't already. But before we get into it, if you could do me a teeny tiny little favour and click that subscribe button, it would be very much appreciated. I think we're about 60 subscribers away from 18,200, and if you'll remember, our goal is 20,000 by the end of the year. I don't think we'll hit it, but hey, we're going to try our best, so any support would be greatly appreciated on that front. I also have a Twitter and an Instagram, which if you'd like to follow, the link will be in the description below. But with that said, let's get into the video. So the initial thing is just an introduction to the magazine from Marcus, and unfortunately you can't see it because my screen is in the way, but if you see here, the next edition of Doctor Who magazine will be available from the 5th of January, and I predict 2023 is going to be a great one for Doctor Who fans everywhere. So already, you know, less than a month away, we've got the next issue, which obviously, they're mostly monthly, so I'm not particularly surprised, but that's going to go really quick, I feel like, between this issue and the next one, like, because we had the yearbook as well fairly recently, so yeah, Doctor Who magazine pumping out news stuff and little inside bits, and it's great to see. In fact, in this opening spiel, they even reference how, you know, the copies sold out and they kind of introduce the magazine to new readers. It's all very exciting. We then get a 2-page spread on Ruby Sunday, or Millie Gibson's introduction to the TARDIS. There's a little interview with her, which I won't read in full, but yeah, it's incredibly nice to see her. She says that she's been warmly welcomed by the fans, so that's really exciting to see. Yeah, if you want to read the whole thing, be sure to pick up the magazine. What we love most about Doctor Who magazine, or one of my favourite segments, the letter from the showrunner segment. So this is a long-standing tradition Russell T Davies does of basically putting a bunch of little teasers in Doctor Who magazine monthly. That was something that he did in its original era, it's something he did in the last issue, and this one as well. And personally, I love the little art of the attacking Christmas tree, Russell T Davies in the Santa hat, the little sort of seal of Rassilon on the computer, the quill in the Dalek's like head, it just looks great. But yeah, so what he basically does is like a 12 days of Christmas tease thing, basically, where, you know, he says, oh, you've got 12 months of waiting, well, it'll technically be 11 by the time that, you know, you see this. 11 words of saying. Now, someone tell me what the hell's going on here. She's first line at the end of the trailer. The word now has been clipped because the top of the shot is on the move. And that stormy dark sky behind the Doctor, completely invented. For the trailer, you'll never see that again. So yeah, that was something that was said by TV Zone. But this is a cool one. Scene 10 of episode 2 of the next season is Interior Canteen Day. Maybe I should have picked something more exciting for you. That's like getting socks for Christmas, but it's a great scene. 9 episodes are totaling. The 15th Doctor's first season will be 8 episodes long, something we already know, with a Christmas special making it 9 episodes every year. And when I say Christmas, that's my generic term for festive, end of the year, holiday, or New Year. You'll have to wait and see. So that doesn't necessarily confirm the Christmas Day special specifically, although I have a feeling if Russell T Davies could get the slot, he would, because he loves the Christmas slot, famously. He was the one who introduced the Christmas slot with the Christmas Invasion, and it sort of was a tradition then, right up to 2017, which once upon a time. So I feel like if Russell had any say, the Christmas specials will be back in full force. And this one's cool. This one's something that I haven't really seen many people talk about. 8 words of titling. What? An 8-word title? That's long, isn't it? Oh yes, big news soon. So yeah, he's hinting at a big episode title, a big episode of Doctor Who to come. 8 words, which, no idea what that title could be, but I'm excited to see what it is. 7 pages are turning. Page 7 of Special 1 contains the line, "Oh, Nerys," and her big mouth. Nerys is obviously, I guess, the family friend of the nobles, who Donna famously hated. And yeah, so it's fun to see her getting referenced. And then he gives us his famous 3 words from Special 2. Southampton, vegetable, flux, bean, and starlight. So a lot of people said, oh, is this going to be a reference to Doctor Who Flux, the Series 13 season? Which, I mean, it definitely could be. But it could also just be, you know, the phrase, oh, you know, time is in flux, is something that I believe David Tennant and Matt Smith have said prior to now, so it might not necessarily be a Doctor Who Flux reference. 4 sides of shaping. We've taken to saying the new logo is diamond shaped for the diamond anniversary, but that's not strictly true. We chose it because we love it. The diamond fact got bolted on afterwards. As a handy coincidence, the BBC has designed a special diamond texture version specifically for the anniversary, but the logo itself, it's not just for next year, it's staying. I saw a bunch of people saying, oh, is this just for the 60th anniversary? And it never made sense for me for them to basically, like, introduce a big new logo and then basically just months later introduce a completely new one yet again. That didn't make any sense to me, so yeah, as I suspected, the logo is staying. And then below here, they talk about how they planned David Tennant to be on the news, but obviously they weren't sure about it given all the sort of political instability in the UK. 2 episodes are shooting. Block 1 started shooting at the beginning of December. I wonder if those locations will have made the papers by the time you read this. They actually haven't. Something else has made the internet, but not those episode shooting locations. Some are far-flung, some are very much not. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So 2 episodes will presumably be shot prior to the Christmas break, and then they'll take a break for Christmas and then resume after that, I assume. And a Christmas special especially for you. For the first time ever, I'm writing a Christmas special at Christmas. That's never happened before, Stephen, Chris, did you? And this isn't even for next year. The 2023 script has been long since signed off. The new one is for 2024. Santa Baby, That's So Timey-Wimey. Merry Christmas, folks. Nadala Clowen. Nadala Clowen to you too, Russell. So yeah, that was basically also said in TV. So a very cool notes from the showrunner segment. Yeah, like I said, feel free to, pick up this magazine. It's genuinely having some of its best issues at the moment, so I would highly suggest picking it up. So then we get like a bunch of details about the new crew, who were kind of named in TV Zone, but obviously, they give us a lot more detail about their experience here. So yeah, I won't read all of their segments, but obviously it's very interesting to see all this, additional information about like the new era of Doctor Who already being made public. It's very exciting. Scott Hancock's production diary, so that's pretty exciting. And obviously I won't read all of it, but one of my favourite little bits is Monday the 17th of October. ADR recording takes place at Bang Post Production in London, capturing dialogue for our special one guest star. Remember back a while ago, there was that Miriam Margolyes rumour? I'm wondering if that's what that is. If Miriam Margolyes voices Beep the Meep, and that's the special guest cameo voice role for Special 1. Because we can sort of infer that if Beep the Meep is going to be in any of the episodes, it's probably episode 1, a sort of lighter sort of mini-story before the big, chaos kicks off with Neil Patrick Harris presumably playing the Toymaker. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we come to DWM. Obviously, every time there's been a new issue of this, I've sort of given a brief synopsis, so I'll do the same here. So basically, following the previous issue, after the Daleks invade the 1966 World Cup, the Doctor comes to confront them, and the Daleks basically are alerted to the Doctor's presence, and the Doctor asks, hey, you obviously want attention, well, you've got it now. And obviously the Daleks, keen to exterminate him, they chase the Doctor away. All the while, the sort of space tourists who were trying to see the 1966 World Cup travel forward in the timeline, and the Dalek fleet is planning an invasion. You get to see then various sort of social media posts of the aliens hanging out as the towns get ravaged, which is quite funny. And then there's this really funny panel where the Daleks are continually missing the Doctor when firing at him. And I'm noticing as well that the laser beams are red as opposed to the usual blue, so that's just an interesting thing I thought I'd note. But there's this really funny line that's missed. Honestly, you boys want to get some target practice, which I know obviously it probably isn't, but I just can't help but think of Eve of the Daleks and how there was kind of a discourse surrounding that. And in fact, speaking of discourse, they even mention later on, do not enter discourse with the Doctor, which I just find really funny as someone who uses Twitter regularly. Yes, so someone who finds a stolen artifact, runs into the Doctor, jumps into the TARDIS, the Daleks then abduct the TARDIS, and the Daleks attempt to exterminate the Doctor, thus ending the next issue, which is this really cool panel. This is a really cool panel. But yeah, will this 14th Doctor's life be even shorter lived than we know? Who knows? And then the posters, which, they look fantastic. They look so good. And yeah, that basically wraps up this issue of DWM. Feel free to like this video if you enjoyed. Comment down below your favourite bits from Doctor Who magazine. Please like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you later.